Welcome to Cricbuzz Comm Box in association with My 11 Circle, our fantasy partner. It's been fascinating to watch this contest, hasn't it? It's not like what we expected. The lowest power play score, 21 in those first 6 overs, and now 49 for 2. Mumbai really are struggling, but we know they've got hitability to come, and we're going to have to see how that goes on for them. Rohit Sharma still at the crease. He's on 36 and starting to cut loose. We saw 6 in the last over before the 10-over interval, and it's going to be interesting to see how Mumbai decide to attack it. Surya Kumar is just there, and he's going to hopefully establish himself. Gautam is back with us, we hope. He's had a few technical glitches, but Gautam, looks like you're back with us.
Yes, this time it was not anything to do with my making a My 11 Circle team, because that's already made. I think I was a bit like Mumbai in that power play. What really happened, Shaun? I mean, can you put your finger on it? Because it didn't seem like a demon of a surface, yet they seem to get stuck.
Yeah, I think it comes to mindset, really, doesn't it? I mean, you sit in a surface and you play there for 5 games, and you start to believe what the surface is doing, and you start to adjust and play accordingly. And I don't know, I haven't been overly impressed. You know, sometimes you want someone just to try a little bit of a something, you know, try and be as inventive as you can. Rohit Sharma is not really that person who's going to do it. I think the decision to bring Ishan Kishan at the top didn't work for Mumbai. It was an interesting call, maybe because of the different spinners. They were wanting the left-hander combination. But I think if we look at the bowling figures, I mean, the real surprise for me, Moses Andriques, to think that he could have got away with 3 overs, 0 for 12. And of that 12, we've got to understand that 4 came off the last delivery. I mean, there is not one person, I don't care who you are, who would have picked Moses Andriques to bowl in the power play, to bowl 3 overs and bowl 0 for 12. So it's been quite an eye-opener. But in saying that, it's not all lost for Mumbai. I think it has been a very circumspect start. It has been very subdued, and we're going to see Rohit Sharma, who's been there, and he'll be determined. He keeps getting out in these kind of scores, so he'll be determined to get a big one. And if people bat around him, the hitting ability still to come. I don't think it's all lost. I mean, 167 was a fantastic prediction. Let's hope sure that they can get to it.
I'm glad you stay confident with that. A quick word on the spinners. Of course, the way they've used them, it almost as if seems that Punjab are fresh to this surface, and they've said, okay, now we've seen the mistakes Mumbai have made. We've seen the mistakes other teams have made. Now we pretty much know what we try. Enriques was one of them. Then they went to Huda. Then the selection of Ravi Bishnoi, and he's bowled really well. So it just seems as if they've used the surface and the resources much better than Mumbai have had in the first 10.
Yeah, Huda's approach was interesting. He was almost getting the way swinger going there from an off-spinner's run-up. And that worked a real trick against Rohit Sharma. Bishnu, when you look at what he's done, you think to yourself, why hasn't he been playing? Why wasn't he picked in the last game? I mean, it's fantastic. He's over the perpendicular. He's getting the ball to drift in. He's causing problems. So I think the adjustments they've made have been good. But boy, did you see that little one delivery disturb the surface? Sure. I don't know. To have to chase whatever it may be, I think is going to be difficult. So, yeah, this game's not done and dusted. Don't get me wrong, but not the kind of start Mumbai would have been hoping for. But they'll be thinking that they can rectify things.
Yeah, just to wrap things up, good partnership actually in progress right now. But if we have a look at Mumbai of last season, last 6 overs, they could do no wrong. They'll want something like that. But it's time maybe for someone like a Hardik to be the ideal finisher to get to your 167.
Yeah, all I'm going to add to that is after 5 games, you've got to start to think that those guys at the back end would have worked out the right game plan now. You know, if you get it wrong first time, second time, after 5 games, you should know what you're trying to do. So we would expect, and I'm not 100% concerned. Shami coming off a game in the last one where he wasn't at his best. You know, his confidence probably not there. It'll be interesting.
Yep, it certainly will be. We've got our score predictions, but Mumbai will have their eyes on something. As you said, with that surface being disturbed slightly, it'll only be a bright spot for Mumbai. We'll see you at the end. This was Cricbuzz Comm Box.